How we doing, YouTube? Matt Kennedy here. Right now, we're going over two big questions we're going to get pretty much till Thursday of the expiration of Showtime Showdown. Happy weekend. It is March 23rd. We are past the Ides of March. We're getting into April here soon. Get ready, guys. The year's ending very soon here. The thing I will say really quick is the two questions again is how do I go about Showtime Showdown? And I mean, right now I'm around 26-3. I have 3 mistakes. Sucks. All three losses I think were past 5-6 wins. Pretty much in this event, the first advice I'm gonna give you is you want to have the ball first. So make sure your setting is on kick. On the settings for you want to kick or receive first. You want kick. Just trust me, it's weird how it works. You have kick, you'll get the ball first more times than not. Number 2. It says first to 60 wins. Apparently, it is first to 30 wins. So that they changed it. Okay, so you get 30 points, you automatically win. Okay, what sucks is it's 5 points for a touchdown offensively. It is 6 points for a defensive score or on defense, pick 6, fumble 6, whatever. So understanding the rules is the most important. Okay. You want to go for a 10 plus yard touchdown or a 20 plus yard touchdown, but it has to be passing. So if it's passing, you're going to get those extra points. So when you play offense, you're not really playing small ball all the way. You want to kind of do small ball, get some first downs, okay? Definitely avoid some interceptions because you lose 6 points, okay? When you get first downs and interceptions, you're not gaining 3 or 6 points. What you're doing is you are losing 3 points for your opponent for the first down, and you are losing 6 points for yourself for every interception fumble you lose. So I hope that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, you can always rewatch that clip of me explaining it. You need to be going for those 10, 20-yard scores. So if you have 20 points and you score a touchdown, right, you're still not in the driver's seat because, first of all, be careful on your 2-point conversions. When you do your 2-point conversions, an interception is still -6 on the 2-point conversion. So be very conservative on what 2-point pass you want to do or just run the ball or scramble with your quarterback because you can't really lose points on the 2-point conversion. Last thing I'll say. Here's the biggest flaw. The biggest flaw in this game mode is if you don't get the big scores, 10, 20-point touchdowns. If you only get a touchdown, and let's say you don't get a 2-point conversion, there's no field goals, no extra points, 5 points is nothing. Your opponent can just get 2 first downs, and then you -3 points for each first down. I just lost my 5 points from him getting 2 first downs. That's it. Everyone's doing cover 4. Okay, from a play call point of view, here's my advice. Offense, go big. You got get your first downs, start the drive up, subtract points from your opponent, and then once you're inside the driving range or the shooting range of the 20-yard touchdown, fall down on the 20-yard line or I would do 21-yard line to be safe of it actually counting. Go a little bit beyond 20-yard line, take some of your cover beaters, just call verticals maybe, hit the right read, do some 20-yard comeback routes, right? They're saying cover 4, puppy that crap, right? Possession catch that comeback route, 20 yards, boom, bonus points, right? Here's what happens though if you're on defense for strategy. You can't give up the big play. You gotta be in cover 4, cover 2 man, cover 3 and cover 2, be careful. Those seams are vulnerable. So, or cover 2, deep outside or deep middle. So you really should only be covering cover 3 if you are guarding the seams with your user, or cover 4 or cover 2 man. Cover 0 is risky because of any, over the top or you're pressing or, running back tight ends have mismatch in cover 0. So be careful when running cover 0. It's a very cover 4 heavy defensive alignment here. Also mind reader, but those are abilities, okay? Next, we're going to go over abilities, okay? And then the strat item, okay? So And by the way, if you're doing cover 4 all the time, be wary. They will do checkdowns versus you and get first downs versus you, and then your score just keeps eating away, or vice versa. You're going against cover 4, just keep doing those checkdowns against them, get their score down, and then when you score a touchdown, well, at least you shrunk their score down because you just got like 5 first downs. 5 times 3, 15. I just shrink 15 points off their score. Also, it's kind of weird. If you score a touchdown, it counts as a first down. So a touchdown also erases 3 no matter what from their score. So it's weird. Next thing I'll say is I did sell some players, but this is not a market video. It's more of just like the event and the legendary strat advice, okay? The first thing is, in my opinion, people are going to tell you all this stuff. You want to run max security. I have it on Johnny Wilson and Ben Coates. If you miss my Ben Coates and Bo Nix gameplay of why I like them, I like Hurts. He's still S tier in my eyes, but Bo Nix, and again, this is gameplay wise. Gameplay wise, they're both S tier. However, ability wise, you do get more abilities for Bo Nix than Jalen Hurts. Okay, so it's more bang for your buck. Okay. I run max security because X factors always start on. Momentum shift will not turn off the X factors in this event. You could do Omaha all you want, but against S tier sweats, knowing their coverage will not matter as much because they're probably gonna run the loop blitz. Okay, come on guys. Any S tier player you've seen, they're getting some cheesy ass pressure. If you know their coverage shell or not, it doesn't really matter. What matters is picking up the blitz, and they're going to be running just be honest here, guys. S tier players run the cheesy shit. So if you can't really stop the cheesy shit anyway, Omaha doesn't really matter. I would rather have an ability to help me for like accurate throws or whatever the whole game. Running gun is 0. Use the normal running gun on a player. So for example, Bo Nix, make sure that instead of the 2 AP one, which is, where is it? Well, actually, to be fair, he doesn't really matter. So you could, yeah. Use the normal running gun. It's 0 AP. Some other ones get it for like 2 AP or 1 AP. Make sure that you're using the right one, right? People may say, Matt, why wouldn't you use Set Feet Lead X Factor? It starts on the whole game. It's almost free. Nope, it's still 4 AP. So make sure you use one of the best 0 APs. I'm doing running gun. Every throw on the run's accurate, even deep streaks. So that saves me AP for my accuracy abilities. And then I do max security. Why max security, Matt? It's because what it does is it can trump KOs. Max security is one of the only ones where it helps you secure catches even with the KOs. It's your only chance. I don't really see why you wouldn't try this because we're getting some lab testing before max security becomes an ability. I don't think it'll become an ability. Same with Yak 'em Up. We won't see them as ability X factors until probably mid-April. Defensively, I am going with at least one unstoppable force or Colossus. But the more and more you add, it's like, okay, I already have one unstoppable force, and then my other 2 or 3 pass rushers, they still have edge threats, double or nothing, relentless. So it's like, do I need all of them? Probably not. You have to have a mind reader. When you look at mind reader, make sure you're using MUT GG. All you have to do is you go to, just give me a guy who has mind reader, right? Brian Urlacher has it, right? So if I go to Brian Urlacher, you go to abilities and you go to mind reader. Okay, if I can see where mind reader is. Okay, on the X factor. Okay. So all of these players here could end up getting it. Okay. So you could even run a cheap ass, a cheap ass player. Well, to be fair, Urlacher is the cheapest, but Shaq Thompson also gets it. He's cheap, right? So go to abilities, and you're gonna see right there. So go to MUT GG and just filter through which player makes sense. Kuechly is free from the pass. Okay, so maybe use him just for the event. Okay, so you have to have mind. Well, what is mind reader, Matt? You are able to see their play on offense every play. It's a little bit shady, but come on, guys. They gave you the rules. Cash in on them. The last one's your choice. If you want to run an avalanche like I am on Zach Bond, go for some fumbles. It's so broken though. You could do universal coverage, but like so many players get all the KOs I would want or need. Mid zone, deep zone, flat zone, mid zone, deep out, stuff like that. So I'm not doing a knockout one. You could do reinforcement for run blocks and stuff. You could do run stuffer on a DT, but if you already have inside stuff, so I don't know, man. Do what's best for you. The third one, honestly, is a wild card. Okay. Now we're going to go over the strat card. So the first thing with the strat card, I'll tell you guys right now, is if I right now the strat items, you have to have, hopefully you have one of your legendaries already. Disclaimer of the video. If you already have a legendary strat card from the first one from season 5, which hopefully all you got, it's going to already dictate your decision. So I'm not doing a defensive one no matter what. The universal coverage is all DBs, +2 man, +2 zone, +2 play rec. That's awesome for me. I'm going to keep it. Okay. Make sure you still use the NFL Combine strat and then the Ring of Honor crown. Those still give maximum boost to your players and they're not nerfed yet. Okay. That goes in program and hybrid. So I am only going over the offensive ones, I guess, in this video. However, I will still give tips on defense. Okay. Shout out to Xerxes. You guys should go watch him, obviously, if you want to. He is giving us the strat items pick from here. So the thing to keep in mind as he goes through these and all that stuff, you want to keep in mind for abilities that are strat cards that are already not maxed out. For example, the edge threat linebacker one, +6 block shed. Yes, that matters, but if you already have, outside stuff on your, outside guys, they're going to already shed better because they have that no outsiders on your players. So, COD is always good because you can't really, upgrade COD really elsewhere. It's kind of like one of those like physical things to up agility, right? The only problem is, keep in mind, are those already pretty high on your linebackers or your safeties, okay? So as he goes through here for these strat cards, awareness is not really that bad, on your corners. But again, I already have +2 man, and that's corners only too. I have all DBs. I have corners, play rec, other stuff. Kick accuracy and kick power is honestly a no for me. If you had the coins, a lot of you S tier players are probably the guys who are going to get level 43 or 45 anyway. Casuals probably won't reach level 43 to get this anyway. +6 power, +6 accuracy is not horrible. It's a kicker and punter too. That honestly, first of all, I believe that does go in the offensive spot anyway, so keep that in mind as well when you do this video. The thing I will say though, when you have this stuff, is keep in mind, you have to understand that if you already have Aubrey, it's kind of pointless. Yes, it helps your punter, maybe get a 99 overall, whatever, but keep in mind, guys, is it really necessary or is it purely cosmetic? Again, in the zone, the legendary strat one for all DBs, already better than that. Quarterback is not horrible, but so many quarterbacks, even Bo Nix has 99 throw power the rest of the year to himself. For that reason, I'm out. I'm not going to get it for just throw accuracy deep or the +2 play rec. Now, the offensive line ones are really kind of, it's one of those things where it's like the O-line doesn't really seem that bad, but at the end of the day, like right here or right there. But keep in mind, if you have those stuffer chems with like Mailata and Dickerson or other Eagle players, or, if you have like 2 or 3 the same theme team, you're probably better off like plus run block, plus pass block. I already have that from stuffer chems, and also O-line is more ability based than stat based. If it gave me some plus strength, like right here, honestly is not trash, because +2 strength to your entire D line, strength is a physical stat that honestly I could see making somewhat of a difference. Okay, receivers with all this CIT or route running, I would not worry about CIT, because when you have someone in traffic, you're probably now in a KO if you're going to be collided. So I would look more for route running ones to get more separation, which is what I'll probably do right now. Honestly, I'm going to probably end the video right here. I would go with anything with route running because you want to have the best chances for your receivers, and it's all receivers and even tight ends. It's your best chance to get the best separation on the route running, because route tech is really good for like an ability point of view, but it's very expensive. So if you want separation away from the KOs, I would say on paper, you did your better than O-line. You did your best by having a legendary strat card for route running. They have the best separation against those corners and DBs. We'll go from there, guys. Take care. Peace.